Good evening. Right now at 6, directive deadline. Milwaukee's police chief is up against the wall. Chief Alfonso Morales will have to explain to the Fire and Police Commission why officers used tear gas and pepper spray during Black Lives Matter protests.
The chief could be punished, even fired, if he doesn't comply with the list of directives. Lauren Linder is live with what the chief is saying tonight.
Shannon and Charles, Milwaukee Police Chief Alfonso Morales was the headliner today for a luncheon with the Milwaukee Press Club. He didn't talk about any of the directives specifically, but talked about how they've impacted his department.
I can tell you right now what my plan is to fulfill those directives.
Milwaukee Police Chief Alfonso Morales says he's well on his way to responding to the 11 directives ordered by the Fire and Police Commission, the first of which was due on Tuesday. It relates to the use of tear gas and pepper spray for crowd control and includes two parts: a decision on changing that policy and providing a description over the use of these tools during protests back in June. The decision on any changes to the policy was pushed off until September, and so far no word on what their description includes. Either way, Morales says plans remain in order for the Democratic National Convention.
As far as to date and for the DNC, there is no change in the policy to have us change how we handle civil disturbances.
But he still faces a challenge. More than 100 law enforcement agencies dropped out of coming to Milwaukee for the DNC, concerned over that first directive. He says these directives have caused more issues for his department.
For me as the chief of police, the crime is one of the important pieces for me to have a grasp and a handle of. But when I'm doing it in working on these directives, it takes not only myself but my executive staff offline to do that.
Instead of responding to directives, Morales wishes he could focus on what's happening right now.
We have a DNC in less than 2 weeks that's occurring. And the first 13 days after I received these directives, we've had 10 homicides and 64 non-fatal shootings.
Now, Morales says no matter what happens, he's dedicated to serving the city that he grew up in. He also hasn't figured out if he's going to need the help of the National Guard or federal officers during the DNC. Reporting outside the Police Administration building, Lauren Linder, TMJ4 News.